What's the opening line? What is it? We right to go? We right to go?
Well done.
Righto. Look, thanks everyone for being here today. I'm here with the Assistant Treasurer and Minister for Creative Industries, Danny Pearson, and the Lord Mayor, along with Paul Guerra from Vecchi, and the representatives of this magnificent establishment, her. We're here to announce a $200 million business stimulus package. Business didn't need Omicron, didn't expect Omicron. It's been a tougher summer than we would have anticipated. So we are, as cases come down and as restrictions are eased, we want to capitalise on that with a significant business stimulus package. So there's going to be, as I say, $201 million, a continuation of the very successful Melbourne Money project that has been supported by ourselves and the City of Melbourne through the Melbourne City Revitalisation Fund. $10 million into that, and that'll kick off within a couple of weeks, probably on or around March the 7th. Then we want to take that Melbourne Money concept and go statewide, so an additional $30 million to support the same rebates across the state for dining. The way that rebate will work will be very similar to the Melbourne Money concept. This time around it will be a 25% rebate with a minimum spend of $40 and a maximum of $500. So the maximum rebate will be $125, the minimum will be $10. And that'll be for dining between Mondays and Thursdays right across Victoria, outside the CBD, which will of course be supported by the Melbourne Money process. $30 million in entertainment vouchers, which Danny will talk about as Minister for Creative Industries, and another $30 million to extend that travel voucher program, which has been so popular and so successful over the iteration. So that'll be an additional 150,000 vouchers statewide, $200 each with a minimum $400 spend, and importantly this time, 10,000 of those vouchers will be set aside and effectively pre-released for under a separate process for seniors, so they'll be able to register online and go into a ballot rather than necessarily going to that process where they all get snapped up in a few minutes, where sometimes those sometimes that really quick IT approach disadvantages them. So 10,000 through that process and another 140,000 through the same release method we've done before. Then we're going to have a $60 million ventilation and voucher fund for business so that they can either get matching grants or vouchers for ventilation. We've seen the HEPA filters in a range of settings now. We know how important they are in terms of ventilation. So there'll be a fund for that as well as larger matching grants. $34 million through Jobs Victoria to help up to 1,500 workers be placed. The business mentoring and resilience program we've done with Vecchi in the past at $2 million and $5 million for a small business digital adaptation round with support of up to $1,200 per go. So over $200 million of support. We think this is the best way to target support. We think what business needs is customers back, money in the hands of customers, so that they can come and spend and enjoy, bring our city back to life, bring our suburbs and regions to life. I was in the regions over the weekend up in the northeast, and look, some of parts of regional Victoria are absolutely humming, but we need to see as many people get out and about as possible, and this stimulus will help them do that. I'll now throw to Danny to say a few words about the entertainment vouchers, and then I think we'll hear from the Lord Mayor.
Well, thanks, Martin. And look, today is a great day for our creative industries. We know creative industries have done it really hard since the start of this pandemic. That's why we've provided in the order of $900 million worth of support since the start of the pandemic to support our creative industries. This package today is just going to be fantastic. $30 million worth of funding, you'll get 25% of your money back through a rebate system. You can go and see a movie, you can go and see a show, you can use it to go to see a museum or a gallery. And it really means that people can make their own mind in terms of what they want to do and where they want to go and who they want to see. So I note that Gold Chisel will be playing at the Village Green Hotel in March. There's an opportunity to go and see Gold Chisel, or you can go and see Emma Donovan perform. Unfortunately, Amel and the Stiffers, I note, are travelling into, they're touring, I think, to the States, so Amel and the Stiffers are out, but Gold Chisel is in. And the great thing is about this program is it means that people can just get out there and go back to doing the things that they love. And it's just going to be so fantastic, and to support the sector when it really needs it, as Martin said. There's also funding available for ventilation support to make sure that creative entities, businesses have got the opportunity to operate in a COVID-safe way. So look, this is a really welcome announcement. As Martin's indicated, it is far-reaching, it's systemic, and it just means that from a creative industry sector, as a government, we're getting on, we're supporting the sector when it needs it most, and it's enabling consumers to go and choose what they want to do, whether it's to see a film, see live comedy, see some fantastic live music, because we are the capital of live music in Australia, or to go and see some of our fantastic museums and galleries. So it's a really great day for our creative sector, and I'll now throw to the Lord Mayor.
Thank you, Minister. Minister, well done. Well, we are delighted to be working with the state government in delivering the biggest ever Melbourne Money program for Melbourne yet. It is a $10 million package. We know from previous experiences that this delivers a multi-million dollars in value to our hospitality sector, brings hundreds of thousands of people to the CBD, and is all about supporting those traders that have been the hardest hit during the pandemic. This 25% rebate operating Monday to Thursday is also really attracting people at the times when we need it most still in the City of Melbourne. We're delighted with the way people are flocking back to the city on the weekends. Thank you to everybody who's been coming in. We hit 83% of pre-COVID foot traffic on Saturday, and the city was alive. But it is important to remember that our traders need to be able to have 7 days of trade to pay 7 days worth of rent, employee charges, etc. And that's why we're delighted to be working with the state government in delivering the biggest Melbourne Money program yet, $10 million, which will convert to more than $40 million worth of value for our hospitality sector. We know from previous bounce backs and the rollout of Melbourne Money that when people come to town, they are also accessing other entertainment and cultural attractions. They are also doing retail, and the best is when they come to stay. That's why we're really pleased to support the rollout of these significant entertainment and travel voucher programs right here in Melbourne. We have the best of offers for people who are seeking those entertainment options. We're particularly hoping that people use them for live performances for those artists that have been so impacted over the last 2 years by the pandemic. And of course our tourism sector, mostly through accommodation, that again has been hard hit. This $201 million package goes a long way to supporting small businesses here in the City of Melbourne. And from our perspective, this is about kickstarting bounce back number 7, but it really is an investment in the sustained bounce back that we need here in the City of Melbourne. Congratulations to the state government, and we're delighted to be working with them. Thank you.
Now, sort of in your hands, you could either hear from Paul or go straight to questions. How do you want? And you can do your questions in order. I don't know whether you want to go to Sally or me or Danny first, but you want to hear from Paul first and then sure. Paul, you want to...
Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Lord Mayor. The sun's shining bright in Melbourne, and today signals the next phase of the recovery. The announcement today by the state government is exactly what business has been after across the board, from the vouchers that have been announced to the mentoring program that's going to be extended to the upskilling for businesses that's there, and importantly for the ventilation that we know is going to be critical to remain COVID-free as much as we can into the future as well. It's now up to the rest of us. The vouchers are there to be used. The vouchers are there to stimulate business, and I know, because I speak to businesses every day, they're ready to receive customers back, and customers back in a hurry. So the opportunity is there. Please We ask every Victorian to take advantage of it and get out and support a local business wherever you are across this great state. Thanks.
George, do you want to hear from Georgia and then we'll do questions?
Hi everyone, thanks for coming today. It's great to see you all here. This is good news for Melbourne and really good news for hospitality. Melbourne's hospitality industry is the beating heart of the city. Hospitality is the beating heart of Melbourne. And our restaurants, cafes and bars are the soul of the CBD. So now more than ever, it is vital that we see people coming back into the CBD to dine out at our venues and enjoy what's on offer in the city.
There's your grab. Okay, let's start with me and then we'll move on. So,
Yes, clarify when they start.
okay, so the Melbourne Money, probably about March 7. We would hope to have the travel vouchers up online mid-March, thereabouts. The other two rebate schemes, so the entertainment vouchers and the broader statewide dining vouchers, probably closer to the end of March, and that's because that relies on us setting up a whole new system. So we've had a system in the past where people can go online and get a $200 voucher. That's one thing. The system that the City of Melbourne runs for the Melbourne Money is that people effectively upload their receipts and people manually review them and then pay them a rebate. So to take that statewide is going to take a few weeks. We'd rather take a couple of weeks longer and get it right. So that's probably closer to the end of the month. It'll be from the date they're launched, yeah. Okay.
Sorry, will your government commit to making an announcement before Friday on the relaxing of the mask mandate?
Well, I think the Premier indicated last Thursday that it was his hope that we would make some announcements this week. So I have nothing to add to that other than to say that the Health Minister is reviewing all the data and we've indicated a desire to have some clarity before the end of the week, and that remains the desire.
Martin, is the MCG need an upgrade?
I'm sure the MCG thing. So look, I saw the story in the in the Age today. Look, I think it's absolutely prudent for the Melbourne Cricket Club to be doing a feasibility study on the Great Southern Stand. The Great Southern Stand's now, I think, 30 years old, and so any rebuild or renovation is going to take a number of years, and you know it's not long before it's 40 years old. So they're doing that work. I think that's absolutely prudent of them. They're working in an environment where you've got new grandstand stock interstate, but also Marvel being rebuilt. And I'm sure at some point, having done their feasibility study, they'll come to government with their ask, and the government will consider that when it happens.
Given it's already